Today's the Super Bowl. What will I talk about? Lady Gaga? No, I refuse to. I want to talk about something important, something that everyone should understand, and that is the looming war that we're about to have with Iran. Now, this is a subject that has been ignored by alternative media, especially amongst the pro Donald Trump echo chamber alternative media that refuses to talk about this for a very specific reason because it shows a very troubling sign for Donald Trump. Now, as we're talking, since Donald Trump has been president, U.S. and Iranian relations have plummeted. And we are edging closer to war with that country to the point where even Donald Trump's press secretary, Sean Spicer, falsely accused Iran of attacking U.S. naval vessels in a supposed act of war, fabricating information, lying to the American public, trying to provoke a response in order to allow the United States to invade that country, which is idiotic. Why Iran? This is a country that has been fighting ISIS inside of Syria, has been battling Al Qaeda on its northern border, and has been calling out Saudi Arabia for being the chief exporter of not only Wahhabism, but financially supporting extremist radical Islamic groups all over the frickin' world, including ISIS inside of Syria. But yet, Mathis, our defense secretary, called Iran the biggest state sponsor of terrorism. I guess he didn't read the 28 pages from the 9/11 report that were made public to the American people, showing how the Saudi Arabians were involved in 9/11. Now, why is this happening? Well, Saudi Arabia has an alliance with Israel, and they have made geopolitical decisions together against Iran because they hate Iran. Saudi Arabia hates Iran because they have another huge oil reserve that threatens their oil monopoly inside of the Middle East. And Israel hates Iran because they support the Palestinians. Now, as we know, the Iranians have supported Hezbollah, have supported the Palestinians, and of course that has angered the Israelis. But why did Donald Trump decide to put Iran on a travel ban list and not fricking Saudi Arabia? And now we have the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, saying that there should be new sanctions on Iran. And guess what? Donald Trump has just put new sanctions on Iran. Iran was just testing its missiles in their annual military exercise that the United States knew would take place, and they took advantage of this in order to show the world that this was a provocation. And now Donald Trump is launching new sanctions on Iran. Also, very important fact, Israel and Saudi Arabia have both supported radical Islamic terrorist groups inside of Syria to get rid of Bashar al-Assad. Just thought you should know that. And because of these new sanctions, Iran has dumped the US petrodollar in a huge economic move. And with these sanctions, we have Donald Trump committing more economic warfare between these two countries as we're seeing it unfold in front of us, supposedly after this new missile test. And now Trump is tweeting that, quote, Iran is playing with fire and that he won't be as kind as Obama. His vice president, Pence, is warning Iran to supposedly think twice before testing this new Trump administration. And Iran is not backing down. Iran is saying we will fire roaring missiles at the enemies after this public Twitter spat between Iran and the United States. But what is Donald Trump doing? Because this makes no sense. This is an unwise foreign policy decision that is not meant to go after radical Islamic terrorism, but neoconservative goals that have been outlined and planned since George W. Bush took office. Even before that, with the Project for a New American Century, which you should Google. Why is he following Hillary Clinton's doctrine? Hillary Clinton, who said she would invade Iran if she would become president. Former CIA director said we need to kill more Russians. What's next for Donald Trump? Flip-flopping on this major issue, not going after the root cause of terrorism, but creating a horrible situation within the Middle East, especially diplomatically, edging us closer to war. What's next? What, you were going to go after Russia? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are. Trump's UN ambassador hit Russia hard in the United Nations, and we have Mike Pence saying that he is very troubled and he is watching Russia very closely with the latest developments happening inside of frickin' Ukraine. This is Bush, Obama, Hillary 3.0 unfolding right in front of us. And this is why we're not hearing any talk of this from the alternative pro Donald Trump echo chamber alternative media, because it shows you how the new boss is just like the old boss. And it gets worse. Trump authorized 4 targeted killings in his first 10 days in office, and he's on pace to even defeat Obama on his own deposition matrix, on his own assassination program that he had. He also authorized a raid from Barack Obama's administration that they had planned that killed a U.S. Marine and an 8-year-old girl for what? In Yemen, which makes no sense at all. Again, I'm going to have this video in the description below so you could fully understand it. And the 7 countries that he put on a ban list are the same 7 countries that the Pentagon and U.S. government wanted to destroy and planned to destroy all the way back in 2002. So crap, this does not look good. This makes no sense as far as this unwise, irrational, unconstitutional foreign policy pushing more aggression, more war, and not even solving the real threat of his radical Islamic terrorism, which he promised to do. So for me, Donald Trump might as well be called Barack Bush since he's continuing the same dumb policies as the presidents before him, which he promised he wouldn't. So please, while the mainstream media talks about all the dumb things that they're attacking him on, while the alternative media ignores these facts, get it out there to the American people. Share this video if it resonates with you, because this stuff actually freaking matters. And that's why we are here doing the job that needs to be done, calling things out like they need to be called out, because we are beholden to the truth, because we are beholden to you on patreon.com/wearechange. It's your donations, it's your participation, it's you voting with your dollar that sustains this operation running independently of any coercion, of any control, of any manipulation, because at the end of the day, what you click on, what you support, what you share actually matters in this world. Subscribe, stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more hard-hitting news here on youtube.com/we are change.